day, guys. Hell of a day. Show you what I got. You might remember it. It's not mine. It's one of my neighbors. They dropped it off for me to work on. And they hit a stump with their spindle and broke their spindle. And this is the spindle that they went and got. I'm going to show you how much this spindle costs, because it is outrageous how they charge these people. $80 for an MTD spindle. That's crazy. I told them about that place on where I buy mine, because those are normally, they're Oregon brand. They're not MTD brand, but they're normally $40, so they're half as much. And they're exact same thing, even the little star lock down on it. But wow. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this deck off. We're going to drop it, and then we're going to swap that spindle out. More to come, guys. Okay, guys, now we're back. I've rolled it back a little bit so I don't have to walk so far to get to my tools. Put this carpet under it so this deck will slide a little easier. And I was looking at this thing, just kind of eyeballing everything. It's funny, for $80, I want you to look at this kind of carefully. You don't even get threads. So you have to make your own threads. How about that? Kind of a jip. What we're going to do to take this deck off, you see it has a hanger here, and a hanger on the other side. There's also this right here is what actuates the cutting deck, and then we have the belt itself. So what we're going to do is drop these guys down, undo these. This shouldn't be too terribly hard. Pop them out, and then unhook this guy, and we should be able to slide it out the side. And this is on a TroyBilt Bronco. It's the big brother of the Pony, TroyBilt Pony. And I'll show you. Got that side undone, got the other side undone. And once you do that, that relieves the tension on this, and you can kind of torque the deck around, and then you'll be able to pull it up and out just like that. That's okay. That's how it sits. Some of these newer John Deere decks are the same way, except they have a knob, kind of like a floating knob on the front, I believe, and then a connector right up there. So it's just about the same way. Now, we still have a belt that we have to remove right there. We're going to take the guards off, and then we're going to remove this guy right here. Then we'll slide it outside. More to come. We're back. I've taken that bolt out. That was right there. It's a 1/2 inch. There it is. Don't laugh at my pink socket. My wife got that for me. And then it's just going to slide up like this forward towards the front. And we should be able to pull this guy loose. Don't let this guy get caught though. Don't let this thing get hung anywhere, because that can cause a problem. You rip that cable out, that cable's probably about $70 or $80, because they think it's gold on this thing. And another thing I want to mention, talking about my wife, she actually had come down with an inner ear infection. And at first you say, oh, that's nothing, inner ear. It's actually pretty severe, is what they tell me. So she's on these medicines, and she may have to go in the hospital for a few days. So if that happens, we won't be doing any videos for a little bit until we can get everything squared away, because you know, the family stuff comes first. But that's kind of where we are with that. Now, I think there is the other cable. Yeah, there's one more cable in the back. Let's go around to this other side, see if we can unhook this thing too. More to come, guys. This is the cable I was telling you about, and it runs below your belt. So just bear that in mind. There's a clip that would go right there, and you can pull it down and it clips in. But I want to show you a little trick to this. Might save you a minute. Point that spring straight up to unhook it. and then pull it right out. And that will save you a little bit of time. Now, see? There we go. Now, once I pull it out, we're going to mark it with a Sharpie, because there may be 2 or 3 other holes in case you have some cable stretching. So we're going to mark that one with a Sharpie, and how will I know? Well, it'll be the one with the shiniest metal on it. So we're going to pull this guy out that side, because I got carpet laid there and it won't scratch and make loud noises. Yeah, I'm kind of like that. More to come, guys. We'll have this out in just a second. Okay, guys, now we're back. I want to show you something about this. This has a star pattern right here, and that's to hold the blade in place. But as time passes, these guys wear out, and so the blade will kind of free spin. Even though everything else is okay, it's just going to free spin a little bit because of that right there. So what you do, and a lot of people say, well, don't do this, you need to go ahead and get a whole new replacement. Okay, well, you can do that, but I get a washer, lock washer, put it on here, and lock this guy down onto here, and that holds it in place. I did it on this one last year, on that side, until the top pulley wore out. Now this one is actually doing it again, so I'm going to do this one as well, with the owner's permission, and this one should last another year, because he said I just don't know if I can afford another $80 for another one of these. And I said, well, I understand these spindles, they're not cheap. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a little spacer on there, and it will, yes, it will absolutely change the cutting height by about 2 millimeters. You won't notice. So, having said that, let me take this guy off. I'll show you, and then we'll take off the offending piece and get the other one on. More to come, guys.